I'm Dorothy and Patrick on the camera, and we're Toronto Master Gardeners. We've determined that this garden that used to be a sun garden is now turned into a shade garden, and some of the plants need to be relocated because they're not getting enough sun. Because of the growth of the overhanging trees, we're going to need to transplant this clump of bearded iris. These irises were planted at the same time as the other ones. These ones are in a full sun, south-facing bed, and they get sun all day, and they're in the perfect location. So we're going to move the other ones to further along in this same bed. We've determined we've enough plant material for 3 locations here in this south-facing sun bed, and I've put in stakes to indicate where the plant should go. One here, one up here, and one over there, so that they're nicely spaced and separated, and we'll have repeat planting. I've prepared the site for one of the clumps so that once I dig it out, it's out of the soil as short a period as possible, and it doesn't need to be deep because iris roots are very shallow and the rhizomes basically lie on top of the soil. I'm going to dig out a clump here. There's a lot of roots around here, especially from this pine tree, so I'm going to be careful. They are very shallow rooted, but I'm into other plant roots now. The clump now is loose, and transfer it, and I will now go and plant. Moistening, dampening the area before I plant, and a handful of bone meal. Here we go. Okay, now I'm just going to backfill around the roots, and I'll make sure that I get the level correct so that the rhizomes are at the same level as the surrounding bed. A better time to transplant irises is early spring, before they flower. But as these ones aren't flowering anyway, there's nothing to lose. Just a bit of water, water them in, get rid of any gaps in the soil there. And you'll see that they're in shade now, but this is late afternoon, and these irises will be in full sun all morning, right through till late on in the afternoon. I'm just checking back on the irises that we moved yesterday, and this is one of the ones we planted, actually was in bud, and the flower is now out. So being moved to the new location, within a day we have it flowering. The other thing that I made sure of was that the rhizomes are actually south facing to the sun, so that when this plant gets bigger and the leaves all come up, the leaves aren't going to block the sun from the rhizomes. Also, when I prepared the bed, I made sure that I dug it nice and wide, but no deeper than the plant that was going into it. And also, I ensured that I'd removed all weeds. There's nothing worse than weeds coming up through your new planting. Check back once you've transplanted any plants. Keep checking on them until they've taken, because you want to make sure that they have enough water. There was a lot of rain overnight, so I don't need to water these again, but I will keep checking in case we go into drought, and new plantings always need to be tended and ensure that they're getting sufficient water because their roots haven't established yet.